Hello everybody, this is Charles and I'm back with another toy review, this time for Bandai's Gundam Fixed Figuration Metal Composite 1009 RX-78-02 Gundam The Origin. Alright, so this is the box. Alright, just show a little bit of the box, front and back. Back features the Gundam and his various forms, 1, 2, 3, his movement. Alright, and without further ado, here is the Gundam. So let me just put the box aside first. And let's focus on Gundam. So this is the RX-78-02 Metal Composite Gundam. It's actually a reissue from the one that was made a couple of years back. I think it was about 2 to 3 years back. I didn't get him then, so I got the reissue, and then let me just focus the camera a little bit, adjust it. Just adjust the tripod. I think I would prefer to do the camera review this way. Yes. So this way I can see the Gundam more prominently. So this is a straight reissue from the release a couple of years back. I didn't get him. But what I should say is that, oh, it's a very nice piece. And prior to the review, I actually played around with him a little bit and swapped his parts. So what you see right now is actually his so-called final form. So there are 3 forms of the RX-78, mainly the early stage, middle stage, and the final stage. So this is the final stage form. I will go through the differences between the armor in a short while, but let me just first go through the robot itself. So in terms of die-cast content, let me just first say that this guy is amazing. He has a lot of die-cast. Alright, so shoulder joint here, the joint at the shoulder over here is die-cast. The elbow section and the upper arm section and the elbow section are die-cast. Body-wise, there's no die-cast, but the lower body-wise, the hips, okay, the hips, this part, and then the thighs and the legs all the way down to the ankle portion, all die-cast. So this guy is really a true blue metal composite. It's unlike Unicorn, Gundam, and Banshee, whereby they are metal composite as well, but I don't feel there's a lot of die-cast. They're so much lighter, and there's so less metal for the metal composite Unicorn and Banshee. So this is really die-cast. In fact, he has so much die-cast and so heavy, I feel that he looks more like a metal built figure than a metal composite figure. Alright, so let's go to his articulation, but let me just take off his backpack first to showcase more of his articulation. So let's go from the head. So he has the full 360 rotation. His neck can actually bend forward and backward, all thanks to the joint over here. You see this yellow part. Alright, so okay, again, just a little disclaimer that I've never seen a review of this guy before, this RX-78 when it was released a couple of years back, so this is the first time reviewing him based on my own personal experience. Saying look at his arm wise, you can actually extend his shoulder outwards. That allows you to actually move it forward this much, in case you want to do a pose of him holding a gun, you know, the Gundam trademark pose of holding his gun this way. So this can allow him to do such a pose whereby you hold the rifle and then he can actually pose his arm this way. So you need that amount of articulation to get you there. Alright. So in terms of shoulder wise, you can actually move up this much all the way. So it's really cool. Okay, so you can move it up this much. Alright. So even if you do not extend the shoulders outwards, you can still move the arms nearly 90 degrees, almost 90 degrees forward. In fact, more than 90 degrees, all thanks to the shoulder joint over here, this armor pack that can actually be lifted up. His arm wise can actually rotate 360, okay? And then elbows wise, cool, double jointed elbows, very nice. Wrist wise, full 360 rotation as well. And we go down to the waist. Waist wise, you can rotate about, I would say a good 45 degrees left and right. There is no up-down motion, so the torso doesn't move forward or backwards. Okay. So in terms of his armor wise, his skirt, side skirt wise, very nice articulation, very free. You can actually lift all of them all the way up. Same for the front skirt, you can lift it more than 90 degrees upwards. Back skirt more than 90 degrees upwards as well. And over here we see for the legs wise, he can actually move his entire leg portion almost 90 degrees up, okay, outwards, which is really amazing. And over here the thighs, you can actually rotate them 360 if you want to. Okay, let's just move it upwards. You can move slightly more than 90 degrees forward, and same for backwards, so I'm not going to show it over here. And for his leg joints, his double jointed knees, let me just show you this way. So over here, if you move the thigh forward one, over here is clicky joints, really good. When you move forward, you see that the armor plate for the thigh moves forward, which is really cool. And then I recall the SRC, some SRC figures have this feature as well. I think Mike Gain has it, and a few others have it. And I guess they probably took inspiration from this, because I'm very sure that the metal composite figure got released before the Super Robot Chogoking figure, so they actually took inspiration from this to have the movable thigh armor, which is really cool. Clicky joints, very nice, and then double jointed over back over here, so you can actually bend all the way this much, and the knee joint itself can actually move freely as well. And this Gundam is really cool. You can actually do the kneeling pose very easily. You can do the kneeling pose, which is really cool, which is really very cool. Now you can do a kneeling pose, and I really like the fact that the metal composite can do a kneeling pose. The Unicorn and Banshee can't do this pose. Okay, it's too much for them. But the reason why he can do this kneeling pose is also because his design is very basic. So there's not a lot of weird keyboards around here and there, or weird armor plates that actually doesn't allow him to do certain pose. So let me just get him back here. Okay, default pose, very nice. And we move down to the ankles wise. You can actually move his ankle quite freely. You can move his feet forward by this much. And then he also has this leg plate, this rib part, can actually extend this much as well upwards. So in case you want to do him walking like a walking pose, he can do that. See? He can do it pretty nicely, pretty well. So it's really cool. I love him really because he is such a basic figure. And it's so cool. And this is also why I like Metal Build Axia. Let me just do a side comparison in the meantime. So you see Axia is about the same size and height as RX-78, and I like both of them for being basic Gundams, you know, basic as in just bare basic, and you just do not need all those nice like wings or fancy guns, everything. It just looks cool and very practical the way they are, you know. It looks very practical the way they are as fighting machines. But of course I like fantasy Gundams like Wing Gundam, Destiny Gundam, for their, you know, outrageous firepower and outrageous designs. So yeah, but that's a different story altogether. But this, I like them for the fact that they're simple and basic. And since I'm doing comparison, just compare the Unicorn Gundam as well, Metal Composite Unicorn Gundam. So you can see the RX-78 is so much smaller than Unicorn Gundam, but Unicorn Gundam in terms of weight wise weighs less than RX-78. If I were to do a rough gauge, I think Unicorn Gundam probably weighs around 3/4 that of RX-78, and all because of the metal core that this RX-78 has versus Unicorn Gundam. So I think Unicorn Gundam probably weighs around 75% of what the RX-78 weighs. Okay, so let me just pull him aside, and I'll put him aside as well. So let me just go through some other nice features of him. He has this little nice little thrusters in his kneecap, which is very cool, very interesting. But the getting the kneecap cover out was a challenge for me. So it's really difficult to get them out. You might need to get something to wriggle them out, or to just to pop them out, which is why I did the reverse what do you call that, armor forming, you know, just so that, you know, it's much easier to convert him back to his basic form, or rather primary form, rather than convert him from his early stage, middle stage to final stage form. Alright, so very cool. Alright, so let me just put back his backpack. Oh, before that, his backpack, very nice thrusters. Oops, thruster just dropped off, so sorry. So let's pop it back over here. So it is okay, pop it back in. Okay, it's a little bit tough to pop in. Let me just do it one more time. Okay, it's rubbery, but it's a little bit tough to pop in. Okay, but I got him in. So over here you can see the thrusters at the back, quite freely mobile, and then at the sides he has some side thrusters as well, which is a very cool feature. And in terms of his his beam saber, you can actually rotate this portion, and you can actually take this beam saber out and attach the beam saber part. Okay, let's take this out first. pop this in. Okay, thrusters all good. Okay, and then I'll pop it in the back over here. And at the back of the leg as well, there's additional thrusters as well, which is really cool. And mind you, these thruster parts, I think, no, I'm sure they're die cast as well. So these thrusters are die cast. Die cast over here, thrusters on the backpack are all rubber PVC. Okay, so on to the next part, I'm just going to go through, oh yes, the core fighter, very nice little core fighter that you can actually insert into his chest. So all you do is just to flip the wings down, press this portion downwards a little bit. Alright, flip the wings, close it, and then you just collapse the core fighter chest. And there you have the core fighter. And over here, just a note that it's easier to actually remove him, rather than pluck him out straight, it's easier to actually remove the torso by just moving one angle. So you can actually plucking out by going towards the left or right, okay? It's much easier, and this thing will pop out, and once it pops out, you just slide the core fighter in. Okay, and once you've done so, you just slot it over here, push the core fighter all the way in, and then you just clip him back to his body. And there you have it. Okay, so no, it doesn't make any difference in terms of aesthetic wise. It looks the same whether the core fighter is in or not inside the body. So when I'm going to display him, I'm just going to display him without the core fighter inside. So this is actually different from the RX-78, I know, because I thought the core fighter actually forms this red part of the entire Gundam. So this is just a little bit different from what I remember, or maybe this is just a different version of RX-78, you know. So maybe the different version is that the core fighter just fits in completely inside rather than the core fighter forming this red part. So to take out a core fighter, basically you just need to pluck out, try to pull out this grey portion that forms a part of the torso, the waist, and then the core fighter will just come out. Okay, and then you just slot this part back in. You need this part in because you need him to actually hold the waist in place. And there you have it. Alright, cool. And then just let me go through some other nice weaponry he has. So he has this very nice Mega Bazooka. Okay, it's really cool. The scope can actually move, and then the handle can actually move as well. And I like the detail in the fact that when you can actually take out this, you can actually see the rounds. You have like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 rounds. You can't take the rounds out individually, but it's really cool that they have this feature over here. So it comes with 2 of them. Okay, I'm just showing you one of this. Okay, and you can actually store the or hold the Mega Bazooka at the back over here. So you just slot it in. Okay, and it holds just this way. Very nice. You can't really hold him tightly. Okay, I tried to hold it tight, but you just can't really hold that tight due to the way that the figure is actually made. So you can't really hold extremely tight, but tight enough. And the instructions actually say you can actually hold the rifles. Okay, there's 2 other rifles. Okay, let me just slot this back down first. The instructions actually says that there's 2 rifles going. Okay. So there are actually 2 rifles. Okay, this is the basic beam rifle. Okay, you can move the handle left and right. You can move the scope freely. And this is another rifle that he has. You can move the scope left, right, and then he has the handles that can pop out on the right, and the handles that can pop out on the left. Alright. So instruction says here you can just slot them in here and in here as well, but I tried them, but it doesn't really hold very well. And I have to say for this part, let's be really careful because this is a very thin part. This part that comes out is very thin. So if you're not careful, you try to clamp it together, you might break this part. So I think for safety's sake, let's just not put the rifle at the back. It doesn't look nice at the back anyway. Alright. Okay, so we just put it this way. Okay, let's have it over here. And then if you want the Gundam to have his traditional look of having his shield at the back, you take out this part. Okay, and this is the shield. Alright, this is the shield. Okay, you just plug it in at the back. Like so easily. And then you just rotate him left or right angle, and then you have the very trademark pose of Gundam having his shield at the back. Really, really cool. Really, really cool and really nice. Okay. Take out the shoe, you might need some effort, so I just take out the backpack first entirely, take out the shoe. And as you can see, parts are dropping off. Okay, I have the thruster backpack that dropped off again. I'm gonna fix it off screen, pop it in. Okay, cool. I'm gonna pop this part back in, and I'm gonna pop this back into the backpack as well. Okay, just balance him out a little bit. Okay, cool. And then for the shoe, okay, so when you put the shoe on the back, okay, certain parts will keep dropping, like this part that holds the rifle tends to drop off, so you can actually slot the rifle in over here, okay, or you can slot the other rifle in. So just pluck it out, or you can slot the other rifle in as well. Yep, like so. But this rifle, when you put this rifle here, you actually can't fit him on the backpack because it tends to fall off. It tends to block the backpack. So if you want to put the shoe at the backpack, you have to put it without the rifle on. Alright, and then we have 2 additional beam sabers which can be taken out. Okay, let me just show you guys. I just slot in before the review, but here I'm just going to take them out on screen to show you guys. Okay, and then it clamps in very tightly, so taking out you need a little bit of effort, which in my case I need my trusty cloth because I have sweaty palms again. Oh gosh. Okay, so extra beam rifles taken out. And this part falls off very easily, so you need to be really, really careful when you handle him. Okay, and another note for you guys is that this part of the shoe, okay, when you wriggle the shoe, okay, you need to when you want to put the shoe onto the Gundam's arm, you need to take out this part. Okay, when you take out this part, sometimes, okay, or it happened to me a couple of times earlier on, this entire portion will pop out as well. Okay, let me just show you guys. This entire shoe portion will pop out as well. Okay, and when it pops out, right, certain parts will drop off. And you see this little gray part? This little gray part actually belongs to the top part over here. So you might not notice him dropping. I didn't notice it initially, but you have to fit it back inside over here. Okay, and there's another gray part over here. See this gray part? This gray part, okay, actually fits in over here at the bottom. So as you take out the shield part, okay, this handle part, this thing will pop out, and when this thing pops out, these other two may pop out as well. If you are not careful, you will lose them. Alright, so it doesn't matter if they are not there because this part still holds on very well, but it just feels like it's not right when you're losing parts. So you gotta be really, really careful when you handle this and make sure that you check for any parts that drop out. Especially these two parts are really small, you gotta be really, really mindful of them. And see, as I talk to you, this grey part just popped out again. I have to pop him back. For safety's sake, I might just super glue him. I mean, just super glue these two parts onto the shield so that they don't pop off and get lost. So let me just fit him back in first. Yeah, voila. And this is the beam saber part. Let's put it here. This is the rifle part. Let's put it here. Okay, and in order for the Gundam to actually hold the shield, you gotta rotate it all the way back this way. This will be, let me see, just check instructions. Okay, this will be over here, all the way at the top. Okay, snap it in. No, you gotta put in the second slot. My bad. Take it out. Okay, second slot, 1, 2, second slot. So it has a clearance for you to actually put the handguard downwards. Okay, this should be it. Once you've done so, rotate this portion, slot it in. Okay, parts drop off again, and there you have Gundam holding his shield this way. Okay, I'm gonna pluck it out. Okay, see things are dropping off. Really gotta be careful about this part. Really gotta be careful about this part. Things are dropping off. See, I'm very sure I'm gonna super glue this once the review is over because I I can't afford to lose this part. I just feel it's not right if I have something which was supposed to be there but it's not there. It just feels so odd. Okay. And I'm gonna slot this thing. So these parts just keep dropping off. Seriously, no one. I don't understand why, but well. Okay. Slot this back in. I'm going to use the beam saber just to push the plastic in to make sure it's in place. Okay. And so much so for the shield. Okay, off you go, the shields and the guns. And one more final feature that it has for the RX-78 is that you can actually take out this part. And you can slot in his shotgun. So it's a very nice looking shotgun, okay. Over here. And then when you want to extend your shotgun, you actually extend it, pull it upwards. Okay, and it goes over the shoulder this way. Really cool, really cool. I like this feature. I never know that he has this feature, you know. I think I'm really need to read up a lot more about RX-78 to understand this Gundam a lot better. So I'm just gonna plug out this and plug this back in. Okay, and here again we have RX-78 -02 in its final stage. Alright, so the timing of my camera is running out, so I'm just gonna pause for a little while and carry on the next part of my review, whereby I'll be actually converting his armor back to his middle stage and his early stage form. Alright, and here's the continuation of my review of the Metal Composite RX-78. So here we have the tray that has all the parts. We have a stand for RX-78. We also have 3 additional pairs of hands for different uses, holding the bazooka, holding the rifle, and holding the beam saber. And we have all the parts here that we're going to use to form back the Gundam. So as I said in the review, I actually played with him a little bit. I formed him to his final stage, which is what he looks like right now. Basically the differences you can tell is that as I go along, you see the differences it has, but one of the very obvious differences is that for the elbows, you have this silver detail, same as the kneecap, and for the ankle. Okay, when I switch back to the middle stage form, he doesn't have all this. So without further ado, I'm just going to start switching him back. So let's go from the legs wise. So on the legs wise, you're going to pop this thrusters in. And once you pop them in, you're gonna pop in back these kneecap covers. So I'm gonna pop back this one first. Okay, slot it in, and over here I'm gonna slot it in as well. As I mentioned earlier on, it's really difficult to pop them out. So if you have really strong fingernails, you can try to dig them out, but if not, I think you might break your fingernails while digging them out. So try to get something like a small screw or something like that to actually dig them out. Okay, it'll be much easier for you. So the other part we're gonna do, we're gonna remove this part. All right, gonna remove this portions at the bottom of the ankle. Let me just check whether I'm removing the correct parts, just to be sure. Okay, I'm removing the correct parts. I'm gonna bring this back in. Gonna do a slight comparison. Okay, can you look at the box and see which is which? Which side is which side? Okay. Outwards is over here. Outwards is over here. Okay. So as I mentioned earlier on, okay, you see this part over here. This has this reflective silver ball, whereas for this, it's not. And then this silver part is actually like a pop out, whereas this is like this is a convex circle over here, convex curve, whereas this is like a hollow curve caved in over here. So this is the difference. Pop this one back over here. So what I'm gonna do, just gonna pop him back into the ankles. Okay, secure it. Pop him back into the ankles. Easily secure it, and we're done for this part. And then for the thighs, we're gonna remove the this part. Okay, let's just get the kneecap out first. It's easy to remove it this way. Okay, gonna remove 4 sides. Okay. Once you fit it in, can be a little bit tough to actually remove. Okay, but we'll get it done. As you can see over here, die cast, really cool. And the details over here of the hose and the rubber, really cool. So I'm gonna put this part in, take this out, do a slight comparison. Again, it's similar to the ankle part. This is the silvery reflective surface, whereas this is the concave surface, or the hole. Okay, I'm gonna put this back over here. Okay, and I'm gonna put this out. So we're gonna just pop this back inside here. So this part, okay, you gotta be very careful. This part's actually going over here, this rubbery part. So it should just fit in nicely. It should pop in very nicely and very smoothly. Similarly for the other side. Okay, align them nicely and pop them in. Okay, should get in nicely. Okay, this is the other side. Okay, pop it in nicely. And over here. Okay, and we are done with the lower legs. Alright. Now for the, let me see what else I need to do. Ah, yes. For the chest portion, take out this part. Okay, taking out this part. Slot in. Okay. Take out this part and take out this part as well. Okay, so there goes the headlights for the shoulders. I'm gonna pop in these yellow parts. Alright. Here. Okay, and we're done for this. And then the next thing you want to do, you're going to pop up the shoulder parts. Okay. And replace them with this ones. So over here, the ones that I just removed, you have the headlight over here, and then the one I'm going to put in, it has the it has a handle. All right, you can see there's a handle. Right. So take them out. Slot them into the shoulders. Slot them into the shoulders. We're done for the shoulders, and then for the arms wise, take out the elbow parts, the upper arm parts. Okay, it's a little tight. Let me just try to wiggle it out. Okay, got it out. Two sides. Get it out from this side as well. And again, if you observe over here, entirely die-cast construction all the way from the shoulder all the way down. It's really cool. I'm really so impressed. I'm just totally speechless. So very impressed. Okay, I'm gonna put the parts back in here. And over here, we're gonna put the elbow parts up. Okay, let me see if I got the angle correct. No, this one should go to the back. This one goes here. And again, you see the elbow part similarly. The final stage form has this reflective surface, and this one doesn't. Okay. The other two parts out from the tray. Okay, this part goes to the back. Alright, this one goes to the front. Okay, I think I'm almost done. Let me just check. Yes, I'm done. Alright, so this is Gundam RX-78 in his middle stage form. Okay, so in the middle stage of his development, or rather in the anime or in the comic or whatsoever, he looks like this. Alright, he looks like this. Which is the RX-78 I think I know of because I used to own a toy, and I think I watched a lot of Gundam cartoon. I think this is how he actually looks like in his middle form. Okay. Cool. And then now we're gonna bring him to his most basic form, and I'm gonna swap. How many parts again? I'm gonna swap 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Okay. In order to get him back to his most basic form, we're gonna take this part out, the shoulder parts out. 1, 2, and we're gonna swap it with the most basic shoulder parts, which are these parts. Right. So I'm gonna slot it in. 1, 2, and for the arm size, gonna take out this part as well. Take out this part. Slot it in with this part. Let me see which part is the correct alignment. All right, great. And I'm gonna take out this part. Over here, this part of the gap in between, take it out as well, and slot it in this part. Okay, cool. So we're done in the arm portion, and then over here I gotta take out this yellow part again. Okay, and I'm gonna slot it with this blue part over here. Slot it in. Okay, and for the chest portion, I'm gonna take this, open the chest cavity first. Okay, you can't see anything inside. I'm gonna take out this part. Okay, remove the yellow portion. Okay, and then switch back to this part. So over here, let me just tell you the difference between this part and this part. So over here, this part, one thing is that it has a decal. Over here is white decal. I'm so sorry you can't see from the resolution of my camera. But the most obvious difference is that there's a bump over here for the early stage version, and for the later stage version, they actually even out the bump. Right? I'll put it back in here. Slot in this. Oops. Slot in this yellow part. I'm gonna put it in over here. Close it. And here we have RX-78 in his early stage, early stage, or rather his first appearance, I think, form. I think this is the way he looks, supposed to look when he's just appeared. So this is RX-78. So you can't, okay, so as you can see, you can't really tell from the difference very obviously, unless you really spot. And I mean, when I was looking at the box, I can't really tell the differences between the three forms, early stage, middle stage, and final stage form. They call it like 初期型, 中期型, and 后期型. Okay, which is in Mandarin. Okay, 初期型 is like early form, 中期 is like middle stage, middle form, and 最终型 is like the 后期型 is like the later form. So unless you really take a look at the details, or unless you fiddle with the parts, you might not be able to tell the differences. So major differences, like I said, over here, this chest portion over here. So in the middle form, you actually take out this blue one and swap it with another white, yellow one. And in the later form, you take out both these yellow ones and then you swap it with a white headlights. And for the shoulders wise, okay, you take out this part, and in the middle form, you have one that has a handle, and then in the later part, you have one that doesn't have a handle. Okay, and over here, the arms wise, near the wrist area, just take this out and then put another part in. And then what other difference it has? Okay, and then for all these joints over here in the later stage, instead of having these parts, you have the reflective silvery part for the elbow, for the knee, and for the ankle. And finally, for the final later form, you actually take out these two parts, these two kneecaps, and then you show the thrusters. And that's pretty much about it. And of course, yes, chest portion, yes, a bump over here. You can see this bump over here. In the middle stage and in the final stage form, you actually don't have this bump. So yes. So okay, once again, I tell you guys, this is a really cool toy. I didn't get him a couple of years back because I wasn't in the metal composite, and then I was just collecting back, you know. I think this guy value went up quite considerably before the reissue, and I cannot understand why, because he is really a fantastic toy. He is heavy, okay, he is heavy for sure, lots of metal, and he is really nice to play with. So I'm really glad I got one piece of this right now, and I'm really tempted to get another piece just for keepsake, which I'll probably do so if I can find it at a decent price. So I think this is a very nice piece. I like RX-78 as a basic Gundam. You know, it's just like, you know, the godfather of all Gundams, the grandfather of all Gundams. Really, really cool. Personally, highly recommended. So while you can get this piece, while it's available, it's about $135 US before shipping. So do get him if you can get him. Alright, so here's Charles signing off with yet another toy review. I hope you guys have enjoyed it. Do stay tuned to my channel for more reviews next time.